the Philippine government has just approved the acquisition of 8 new Coast Guard vessels, a landmark move and the largest expansion in recent history. This bold step marks a significant turning point, not only for the Coast Guard but for the entire nation's approach to maritime security. This decision, announced on December 26, 2025, signals a bold commitment to protect the nation's maritime territories. It's a clear message to the world that the Philippines is taking its maritime responsibilities seriously and is ready to invest in the tools needed to safeguard its future. It's more than just adding ships. It's a declaration of national sovereignty and a pivot to a stronger, self-reliant defense. These new vessels represent hope and renewed confidence for the men and women who serve on the front lines of the nation's maritime borders. Regional tensions, especially in the South China Sea, are rising, and these advanced Teresa Magbanua-class vessels are a direct response. With their state-of-the-art technology and enhanced capabilities, they are designed to meet the challenges of a rapidly changing security environment. For years, the Coast Guard has been outmatched and under-resourced. This investment aims to change that. The new ships will replace aging vessels, boost morale, and provide the Coast Guard with the means to respond swiftly to any threat or emergency at sea. Officials in Manila see this as essential for securing the nation's future, which is tied to the health and safety of its seas. The ocean is not just a boundary, it's a lifeline for millions of Filipinos, supporting trade, food security, and livelihoods. The urgency of the approval process reflects the gravity of the situation. With mounting external pressures and internal demands, swift action was necessary to ensure the country's maritime interests are not left vulnerable. The Philippines is making it clear. It will no longer be a passive observer in its own waters. Instead, it is stepping up to actively defend its maritime rights and assert its presence where it matters most. This expansion will reshape the Coast Guard's capabilities and alter the strategic calculus for other nations in the region. It sends a strong signal that the Philippines is ready to play a more assertive role in regional security and cooperation. It's about more than hardware. It's about resolve, economic security, and protecting Filipino fisherfolk. These ships will help ensure that local communities can continue to thrive, free from intimidation or interference. As we continue, we'll explore what these new ships are, why this expansion matters now, and what it means for the future of regional security. The story of this acquisition is about vision, preparation, and the will to defend what matters most. The waves of this decision will be felt far beyond Philippine shores. Neighboring countries and global powers alike are watching closely, aware that this move could shift the balance in the region. The story of these new vessels is the story of a nation standing firm in turbulent times. It's a testament to the courage and determination of the Filipino people, ready to face whatever challenges the future may bring. The Teresa Magbanua-class multi-role response vessels are the centerpiece of this expansion. These 97-meter ships are the largest and most advanced in the Philippine Coast Guard, designed for long-range patrols and multi-mission flexibility. With helicopter decks, advanced surveillance, and the ability to deploy high-speed boats, they can respond rapidly to any maritime challenge. Their design allows for future armament, giving them credible defensive capabilities in tense situations. Built in partnership with Japan, these vessels symbolize a growing alliance and a shared commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. The first 2 ships have already proven their worth. 8 more will multiply that impact. These are not just ships, they are platforms for diplomacy, deterrence, and regional cooperation. The Teresa Magbanua-class embodies resilience, modernity, and the Philippines' determination to secure its seas. They are the new guardians of the nation's maritime future. Approving 8 new ships is a true game-changer for the Philippine Coast Guard, marking a bold step forward in maritime security and national defense. For a nation made up of over 7,600 islands and surrounded by a vast exclusive economic zone, the challenge of safeguarding these waters is immense and ever-present. Patrolling millions of square kilometers with a small, aging fleet has long been an uphill battle, one that left many areas vulnerable and unprotected. These new vessels finally provide the mass, reach, and persistence the Coast Guard has lacked for decades, enabling them to cover more territory and respond faster. The challenges, illegal fishing, piracy, smuggling, and foreign incursions, are not only growing more complex and frequent, but also more sophisticated and harder to detect. Illegal fishing, piracy, smuggling, foreign incursions. Each of these threats undermines the nation's security, economy, and the livelihoods of countless Filipinos. A larger modern fleet means a more credible, sustained presence in multiple key areas at once, projecting strength and ensuring rapid response wherever needed. This shift allows the Coast Guard to move from a reactive stance to a proactive one, deterring illegal activities before they escalate and showing would-be offenders that the seas are being watched. For Filipino fishermen, a visible Coast Guard presence is not just reassurance, it's a lifeline, offering protection and support as they work at sea. With 10 Teresa Magbanua-class ships, the Coast Guard can now maintain a continuous rotational presence in critical waters, ensuring no gap in coverage. This expansion is about more than just numbers. It's about operational sustainability, strategic flexibility, and the long-term security of the nation's maritime domain. The Philippines is finally building a maritime shield that never goes down, protecting its people, resources, and sovereignty for generations to come. The new Teresa Magbanua-class vessels will revolutionize maritime law enforcement. Equipped with advanced sensors and surveillance, they can monitor vast areas day or night in any weather. Their speed and endurance allow for extended patrols, while helicopters and high-speed boats enable rapid response and interdiction. These ships will protect marine resources, enforce environmental laws, and deter illegal activities. A stronger Coast Guard presence upholds international law and the Philippines' maritime rights. With these vessels, the nation can finally enforce its laws and safeguard its seas with confidence. The Coast Guard's role extends beyond security. These vessels are vital for disaster response in one of the world's most disaster-prone countries. Their size and stability let them reach isolated communities after typhoons or earthquakes, delivering aid and evacuating the injured. Onboard medical facilities and helicopters make them floating lifelines during emergencies. The new ships can coordinate complex search and rescue operations, increasing the chances of saving lives at sea. This expanded fleet means greater capacity to respond to multiple crises at once, both at home and in the region. Humanitarian missions build goodwill and strengthen regional ties. Investing in these vessels is an investment in resilience, compassion, and leadership. Expanding the Coast Guard fleet will reshape the balance in the South China Sea. The Philippines has faced persistent pressure from foreign vessels. Now it can match presence with presence. White-hulled Coast Guard ships assert sovereignty without escalating to military conflict. Their deployment at hotspots like Scarborough Shoal sends a clear, non-aggressive message. These are Philippine waters. This move encourages regional cooperation and shows that smaller nations can stand up for their rights. The game in the South China Sea remains delicate, but the Philippines now holds stronger cards. This acquisition is a major move on the Asia-Pacific chessboard, reflecting the Philippines' strategic importance between the U.S. and China. A stronger Coast Guard makes the Philippines a more capable security partner for allies like the U.S., Japan, and Australia. It signals self-reliance and strengthens alliance networks, complicating adversaries' calculations. The ships, funded and built with international partners, reinforce Manila's alignment with a rules-based order. Diplomatically, the Philippines must frame this as a defensive, sovereign move, not an act of aggression. Investing in its own capabilities gives the country more leverage and autonomy in foreign policy. The ability to patrol and protect its own waters is the foundation of true sovereignty. This is not about choosing sides, but about strengthening the Philippines itself. The nation is now better positioned to pursue its interests in a complex region. Experts see both promise and challenge in this expansion, recognizing that the path forward is filled with both hope and uncertainty. The biggest opportunity is a credible, persistent presence across Philippine waters, finally moving from protest to active administration. This shift allows the Philippines to assert its sovereignty more effectively, deterring illegal activities and protecting vital resources. A more capable Coast Guard means stronger regional security cooperation and more joint exercises with allies. These partnerships foster trust, improve interoperability, and send a clear message of unity in the face of regional threats. However, the costs of operating and maintaining these sophisticated ships are immense. Regular upkeep, advanced technology, and fuel expenses all add up quickly, straining limited resources. Sustained funding is essential, or the new fleet risks becoming hollow assets, impressive in appearance, but unable to fulfill their mission if left under-resourced. The greatest challenge is human capital. Thousands of skilled crew members must be recruited and trained, not just to fill positions, but to excel in demanding maritime roles. Building a professional mariner force takes time and investment in training institutions. Modern facilities, experienced instructors, and updated curricula are all crucial for developing expertise. The effectiveness of these ships will depend on the quality of their crews. Well-trained personnel can maximize the potential of advanced vessels and respond swiftly to any crisis. Meeting these challenges is as important as building the ships themselves. Without addressing both, the nation's maritime ambitions may fall short. The Philippines must commit to long-term support for both hardware and people, ensuring that investments today yield security for generations to come. Success will require vision, resources, and determination, qualities that must be sustained through changing times and challenges. The future of Philippine maritime security depends on it, and the choices made now will shape the nation's destiny on the seas. The approval of 8 new vessels marks a new era for the Philippine Coast Guard, but it's just the beginning. Integrating these assets requires new strategies, doctrines, and seamless coordination with other services. The Coast Guard needs a balanced fleet, robust communications, and continued modernization. International partnerships will be vital for training, technology, and joint operations. Diplomacy and defense must go hand in hand to manage tensions and prevent conflict. This investment is a bold step for sovereignty, security, and prosperity. These new ships represent hope for Filipino fishermen and a more stable region. The voyage has just begun. The Philippines is ready to chart its own destiny.